Section 2.4, Part 5, continuing to look at types of chemical reactions. So the fifth type of chemical reaction that we're going to look at is a neutralization reaction. It's also called an acid-base reaction. After spring break, we will spend some time looking specifically at acids and bases, and that will help a lot with this, I think. So neutralization reaction occurs when an acid, which is most compounds that are starting with H or hydrogen, and a base, which are most compounds ending in OH, which is hydroxide, or beginning with NH4, which is ammonium, react to form salt and water. So our general form of this is acid plus base yields salt and water. So acid and bases are reactants, salt and water as our products. Okay. Our general form as far as like this actually looks like with compounds goes, we say HX plus MOH creates MX and H2O. Okay, so X is our nonmetal and M is metal. Okay, so our acid is hydrogen paired with a nonmetal, and our base is some metal paired with hydroxide. When those two things come together, the metal and the nonmetal, so MX, come together and form a compound that we call salt, which is really basically any ionic compound. This is not table salt, this is salt as a type of ionic compound. And then H2O, because if you have HOH, which is hydrogen plus hydroxide, when you put this together, you get HOH, which is H2O. Okay, so an example of this, sulfuric acid is used to neutralize calcium hydroxide. So sulfuric acid, as I said, after spring break we'll spend some time on acids and we'll go through the naming of them and stuff. For now, I will always make sure that you have the formulas. So sulfuric acid is H2SO4. Calcium hydroxide, you should be able to figure that one out formula-wise anyways, CaOH. If they're neutralizing, it's because it's acid plus base. And so we've got our salt that is formed, and that is our calcium with our sulfate, so CaSO4, and then water. And then once again, it has to be balanced. So 2 parts hydrogen plus 2 parts hydroxide here gives 2 parts of water, and then 1 sulfate, 1 calcium, 1 part calcium sulfate. Phosphoric acid helps neutralize the compounds that cause rust, such as iron 2 hydroxide. So phosphoric acid is H3PO4. Once again, don't expect you to know that at this point. Iron 2 hydroxide is FeOH2. That one you should be able to handle. We're going to combine the nonmetal from the acid with the metal from the base, and we get iron 2 phosphate, so Fe3PO42, and then water, and once again needs to be balanced. Okay. A neutralization reaction is just a special case of a double replacement reaction. So a double replacement reaction is ionic compound plus ionic compound gives 2 different ionic compounds. This is an acid, which is ionic, paired with a base, which is ionic, and then that gives us salt, which is also ionic, and then water, which is kind of covalent, but it's our end result for this. Okay, and once again, a few practice questions to work on.